I never thought we'd see this day, but the X-Men are officially a part of the MCU, and we have the cast. What's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm giving you my thoughts on the announced X-Men cast. This happened at D23. Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar, all the studios from Disney had a presentation, and they ended it with Marvel, of course, bringing the X-Men cast out on stage. Now, the X-Men film is going to be directed by the same director of Thunderbolts, Jake Schreier, I believe is how you pronounce his name, and it's coming out May 5th, 2028. I'm going to give you my 2 cents on the cast, the good, the bad, the ugly. Before I get into it, hit that like button, comment down below your thoughts on the X-Men cast so far. I'm sure more announcements are coming as we get closer to the film releasing, and of course, subscribe and hit that notification bell to help reach my goal of 200,000 subscribers here on the channel. It would mean quite a bit. We're going to start with Sadie Sink, okay? Spoilers for Brand New Day, but I feel like it's been out long enough. Everyone's seen this movie. Sadie Sink plays Jean Grey in Spider-Man Brand New Day. She's basically the villain of that movie, but she kind of has a change of heart. She is, course corrected by the end of the film, seems to be set on a trajectory to be the hero that we know she can in the X-Men films. I think she's literally getting on a bus and going to Charles Xavier in the School for the Gifted. So I'm interested to see where we pick up with this X-Men movie, but it goes without saying, Sadie Sink was brought out on stage. She's Jean Grey in this film. She's going to play a huge role in the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe as one of the leaders of the X-Men. We know she's going to be in Secret Wars, I believe. She might even appear in Doomsday for all we know. That's kind of being kept under wraps. I'm excited, but in terms of announcements, it's like we already knew this, so it doesn't really move the needle on my overall excitement for the film. We knew she was going to be one of, if not the main stars of this movie, and so I'm on board. She crushed it as Jean Grey. She had like this edgy charisma to her at times. There's a tragic backstory to her, and she just brings elements of Max Mayfield into this character so well that, of course, I'm elated for anything she's going to do. Anything Sadie does ever moving forward, I'll want to check out. And so, of course, I'm game for her to be more of Jean Grey in the MCU. So, awesome, stellar casting. She crushed it in Brand New Day. Excited for her here. Now, let's get into the rest of the announcements because those are the new ones, right? There were rumors and speculation surrounding 2 of these. I'm going to address those first, and the rest are pretty much new. Now, anything and everything is on Twitter nowadays in terms of, oh, so-and-so reports that this actor is going to show up here or here, and half the time it's hit or miss. I feel like some of those were true, but they were... the rumors didn't line up with what actually happened. It's all BS, honestly, online, who knows? And the first one I want to mention is Samara Weaving, who's been announced as Emma Frost. She was brought out on stage. This was sort of confirmed by the major trades the week or 2 prior. Even like a while ago, I feel like this came out as public news leading up to D23. And I think it's picture-perfect casting, right? Her most notable role, to me at least, is going to be as the lead in the Ready or Not films. I still haven't seen Ready or Not 2. I'm slacking, but I really enjoyed the first one from Radio Silence. I just see her stepping into this role seamlessly. I think it's great casting. So that was reported. That's true. A little less excitement there because it's, again, something we kind of already knew. And then, of course, Cyclops, Scott Summers, is going to be in this film. He's played by Kit Connor. Now, when it comes to this casting choice, I dig it. Kit Connor does look like Scott Summers. It was a bit off the beaten path. At first, I was kind of taken aback by it. It seemed kind of outside the box, but now that I sit with it, I'm like, yeah, I can see it. They're going the younger route with these characters. I appreciate that. And honestly, it works. I've only seen him in Warfare, to my knowledge. Unless he's got a small role in another film, he looks the part. I think that him and Sadie will have great chemistry together as Scott and Jean. So we already knew Sadie Sink is Jean Grey. The other 2 had been rumored and like halfway reported prior to. The rest were pretty much surprises. First up, we got Storm, who's finally back on the big screen. Storm is an awesome character who I feel like was kind of underutilized in some of the previous X-Men iterations. That's just my 2 cents. But she's back. She's played by Maya Boyd, who's relatively unknown. It seems like this might even be her film debut from what I've read. I like when Marvel casts unknowns, or when any franchise casts unknowns, because that's how you get new stars. If you go and just cast all the big name actors, yeah, it's cool to see them and have them, give new exciting performances, but here, this person's unknown. This is going to be the role, hopefully, that makes them. Years from now, we could look back and be like, oh my gosh, Maya Boyd, remember when she got her start in X-Men? Now she's won an Oscar. Like, there is no telling what's next for these actors who get cast. I think of almost every early MCU film, we didn't know who Chris Evans really was. We didn't really know who Chris Hemsworth was. Look at them now, I love that. And so to me, I really dig this choice. I wonder if she will have a role in Black Panther 3. I know that had been swirling online that Coogler played a hand in this casting and that character is going to have a semi-big role in Black Panther 3. Anything's possible there, but Maya Boyd, an unknown, I have no thoughts on her as an actress because I've never seen her work, but she's stepping into the role of Storm. On the other end, you've got Professor Charles Xavier back. This is the 3rd iteration of the character, and he's now going to be played by Christopher Abbott. What's worth noting, this is not Christopher Abbott's first dance with Marvel. He's in Kraven the Hunter, an abysmal movie, one of the Sony live-action Spider-Man villain films that doesn't actually feature Spider-Man. Wild that he's now in the real Marvel Cinematic Universe. That movie script was god-awful. There's not much he could have done there to make it much better. At what stage of Charles Xavier's is this going to be? Are they going to do like a first-class origin type thing? Are they going to have an already established school and he's going to have the clean-shaven head? Who really knows? I'm interested to see the route they take. How much of an origin is this going to be? I've seen him in First Man. It's been years. But outside of that, I really haven't seen him in much. I didn't see Wolfman, which came out early last year. And it seems like this is probably, without a doubt, his biggest role. So this could be the one that takes his career to new heights. Now, he does have a real tough task ahead of him as he's following up James McAvoy and Sir Patrick Stewart. I don't know if he's going to be able to surpass either of them, at least with one movie. It might take a lot of time and getting used to because both of them are legends in their own right. And to me, I've always been a McAvoy guy. I think, Patrick Stewart looks the part, but I think McAvoy is the best performance of the bunch. I've always actually been partial to the Fassbender-McAvoy iterations of Professor X and Magneto. So I'll go in open-minded. I think anyone can crush it in this role. It's such a rich one. The relationship with him and Jean is going to be humongous and really play a big role. And Professor Charles Xavier is a crucial, pivotal part of the X-Men. So he's got to nail it. He's really going to have a lot of weight to carry when it comes to this movie and its success. So interested to see how he does, but I can't speak much to his quality as an actor because I haven't seen him in a ton. But the last of the actual X-Men is going to be Inde Navarrette, who played Nikki in Obsession, her breakout role. She's going to be playing Rogue. I dig this. Now, I'm not the first person to have this thought. Her name was swirling around online as a potential cast member in this film, and everyone was like, oh, it'd be cool to see her play Mystique, and I agree. I can't shake that. I was like, what could have been if she's Mystique, dabbling in more of a villainous side, especially the physical side of that performance, especially after Obsession. I'm like, I would have loved to have seen that, but I think she could deliver as Rogue. I am interested to see her range as an actress. She certainly brought it in various capacities in Obsession. She was able to do so many different things physically with her facial expressions that honestly sent chills down my spine. So she has a lot of versatility as an actor just from that one role. Let's see her as Rogue as probably a main player in the future of these X-Men films in the MCU. So totally dig this. I'm happy for her. I wish her all the best. I think that she will continue to just get more large roles, and we'll always look back and go, yeah, Obsession was the one that started it all. Every big actress or actor has that one movie where you're like, that was the birth of so-and-so. Obsession was the birth of Inde Navarrette, even though she was in 13 Reasons Why Season 4. But those are the X-Men. Now let's talk about the villain of the film. Mr. Sinister is being played by Adam Driver. And I know this is a hot take, but I gotta stay true to my thoughts and my beliefs. I've always found Adam Driver to be overrated. That does not mean he is a bad actor by any means. He's delivered some really strong performances. But when Adam Driver's name comes up, people try and compare him to Christian Bale, Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm just not there. I'm not there. Even Joaquin, I think, is leagues better than him. Yeah, he delivered a great performance in Marriage Story. It's probably his best work. But when I think of Adam Driver, I think of a few things. The good soup meme, him singing Being Alive in Marriage Story, and the Kylo Ren memes. I have nothing against Adam Driver. I don't think that he is some elite, top-tier, must-watch actor, and that's kind of what at least film Twitter wants us to think. And I'm not on board with that. Now, if you're a huge Adam Driver fan, more power to you. Let me know in the comments down below, please. But I've never been like, oh my god, Adam Driver is the selling point of this movie. It's must-watch. Yeah, he's great at times. He has flashes of brilliance, but he's not consistently a top-tier actor working right now. So when it comes to this choice, I'm honestly kind of baffled. And it's not because of the quality of actor. It's because I figured Adam Driver had moved on from these big franchises. It seemed like after the Star Wars trilogy, when he played Kylo in episode 7, 8, and 9, that he was done with Disney. He was done doing these, and now he's back. So my immediate thought is they probably offered him a bag to come play Mr. Sinister, and as a result, will he be motivated, inspired, or will he really even care to bring it? It could be a phoned-in performance. I have my reservations about this casting choice for that reason. Adam Driver just doesn't strike me as someone who really cares that much about the franchise of it all. He kind of has the Harrison Ford mantra in a sense, where Harrison Ford was like, I'm over it at a certain point, you know? And so, I love Harrison Ford, by the way. Indiana Jones is my favorite movie character of all time, but he was over Han Solo. I know this is different. This is Marvel. This is the X-Men. I just don't know. Something about this casting choice strikes me as Marvel just wanting the name over finding the right person for the character. Now, admittedly, I don't know a ton about Mr. Sinister, but it feels kind of off to me for some weird reason. And maybe that is just because I think of him as Kylo Ren and how he kind of had a disdain for it all by the end. We'll see how he does. I'm sure he'll deliver a strong performance. I'm not doubting him. I just question if he's fully committed. But at the end of the day, that is the X-Men cast as of right now. I'm sure there are plenty other X-Men that will show up in this film. I certainly hope so, because it's the first of, many films, potentially a trilogy. I think there'll be a lot of surprises in this movie. Will they go the Wolverine route this early? Don't know. Will Deadpool somehow show up? Don't know. I am very intrigued, though, especially with the director having done Thunderbolts. That's one of my fave post-Endgame MCU films, so I have confidence in this. We'll see how it does. I wonder if the public will be receptive, because I know X-Men films, I'm not talking like Deadpool and Wolverine, but pure X-Men films with X-Men in the title aren't necessarily the biggest box office smash hits. I don't believe any of them have ever made $1 billion, which isn't the only mark for a film as a box office success, but we'll just see. We'll see how people receive it after Doomsday and Secret Wars. But at the end of the day, I think this is a win overall. There's a lot of momentum for Marvel right now, coming off Brand New Day, heading into Doomsday. I hope they capitalize on it, and I hope we get X-Men movies for 10 years. I'm down for a trilogy and for X-Men to be at the forefront, because it has been quite a while. Let's get a little bit of a changing of the guard, have some new blood in the MCU, and I think the X-Men characters are the perfect way to do that and reinvigorate fans going to the theaters and watching these films. So honestly, at the end of the day, 2 thumbs up for the D23 announcement of the X-Men. But how do you guys feel? Let me know in the comments down below. Hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and be on the lookout for more videos coming very soon. But thank you guys, as always, for watching, and until next time, we'll see you guys later.